welcome back. If you're new around here, then hi, nice to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana, I'm a 30-something Scottish woman. I do have a little bit of swearing on this channel, I promise you. It's just because I'm Scottish, it's not because I'm an asshole. I am a bit of an asshole as well, but honestly, it rolls off my tongue, I can't help it. And we're just gonna kid on like as if this is a different day from when I filmed this makeup look, which is my full face of first impressions with regards to emphasising on the Jamie Genevieve collection. I do have 3 things from the Jamie Genevieve collection. If you want to see how I achieved this look, I didn't buy the palette. So just so you know, even though I've got the kind of look going on that her palette might achieve, with a few other new bits and bobs that I'd picked up along the way. So if you want to see that, I'm going to stick it up in the corner there. But then took my jumper off and put a new headband on, and voila, looks like we're in a whole new day. Didn't just make myself another coffee, and I'm going to eat some more Jaffa cakes. Oh, that's roasting. Anyway, this video is going to be an empties video. It has been a long time since I've done an empties video over here on YouTube. I usually do them over my IGTVs. IGTVs can only be 15 minutes long maximum, which is a struggle for me, you can imagine. But because we're here on YouTube and the magic of YouTube, I can just tell you all of the shit. And basically the basket has got so full now, I thought, oh, I can't even bother trying to ramble that into an IGTV super duper quickly and get through it all and stress myself out. So I thought I'm going to do it on here today. As I said, the basket is full, so we're going to get started on that. I do lots of nice other stuff over on Instagram, so if you fancy going and seeing that kind of thing for more up-to-date Alana lifestyle, then it'll be down here somewhere. The name is the same as the channel, or it'll be linked down below in the description box. Up to you how you do it. Anyway, if you want to see a whole load of empty stuff and what I thought of it and whether I would buy it again, then just keep on watching. Get yourself tea, coffee, as I said, bourbon if you like, any libation you so wish, and keep on watching. First of all, I'm going to talk about the Body Shop British Rose Body Scrub. This is a gel body scrub. I remember ages ago I'd said in a video that I'd picked this up. I have now completely used it. I did get a mango one at the time as well, and this one I've just recently finished. This one is much more like a gel with scrubbies in it as opposed to that of a sugar scrub. The sugar scrub one, the mango one, I preferred. This was nice, but I probably wouldn't pick it up again. It just wasn't exfoliating enough for me. It was perfectly nice. It smelled really nice if you like rose, obviously. I know people who don't like rose fragrance will be like, oh, but actually it's quite a fresh rose. It's a little reminiscent of Grandma Rose. It's a little tiny bit, but I like the smell of rose stuff, so it doesn't really bother me. I think this was really nice. I just wouldn't rush back to get this texture, this formula. I prefer the sugar scrub, and if I could get the rose one in the just went to shit as usual. If I could get the rose one in the same texture as the mango, the sugar scrub one, then I probably would pick it up again. Just so happens I didn't really like this, I just didn't think it was that great. So if you are interested, like if you've got really sensitive skin though, and you think a sugar scrub would be too abrasive, then maybe this one would be for you. And if you think, you know what, I really don't like the smell of roses, but I like mango, then crack on, Bob's your uncle. I then have 2 shower gels from Imperial Leather, the Arctic Ocean and the Fijian Waterfall ones. Arctic Ocean, yeah, and Icelandic Moss. This one said it was for men. For men. Like, what made it any more for a man? I don't know why, because it was in a blue bottle, fuck knows. I do have to say though, this one is more of your typical masculine shower gel scent. It's, oh, I nearly just squirted that up my nose there. It's much more reminiscent of like a Lynx or a Sure, or, you know, like men smell shower gel, I get it. But it was okay. It was a little bit tingling, it's a little bit tingly stuff, but I actually gave this to Alan. He used the majority of it. I stuck to this one, which I really like. This is the Fijian Waterfall and Zesty Bergamot. Now, I really like bergamot. I love things like that. And this is one that I think smells kind of masculine, but obviously doesn't say it's for men on it. Alan really enjoys this one too, and I've actually bought another one of this because I thought this fragrance was so nice, so I enjoyed these. And this here is the Sanctuary Spa Wet Skin Radiance Jelly. What do you say? I hear you. This is a watermelon fragrance. This was odd. So I used to always speak about the Nivea In Shower Moisturiser. It was like in the blue bottle. It's in loads of my old Empties and favourites, I remember. The reason I stopped buying it was because Alan would moan that when I used it in the bath, he would then get in the shower after and he would be like sliding about, and we don't have any little like ducts on the bottom of the bath to stop you slipping and sliding, and you know, I think he was worried his old back was going to give way if he slipped too fast or something like that. So so I stopped buying it. I just started buying normal shower gels and stopped using the In Shower moisturiser and just started using like a moisturiser when I got out of the shower instead, which is fine, but I do really like it and I would recommend it. But you gotta come to compromises in relationships, don't you? And if that's the only compromise I have to come to, life ain't that bad. So this is a little similar to that. This is like, you put it on when your skin is still wet, which you would do with the Nivea one, but the Nivea one you would kind of rinse off and it would leave your skin feeling really like moisturised and supple and almost like there was a bit of a residue on your skin, but I kind of liked it. This one, however, basically it says, apply while still wet, apply like any other moisturiser. So you come out the shower, don't dry yourself and put this straight on, then you're supposed to like stand there till you dry. Now, see if you live in some luxurious country like Greece or, I don't know, over in LA somewhere where it's hot 90% of the year, maybe that would be really nice to do, just air dry and let the moisture sink into your body. But see when you live in Scotland, I know I always say it, see when you live in Scotland, it's fucking freezing when you're coming out of shower, and quite frankly, no, this was just a pain in the ass. Like, it's a jelly that you have to put on your wet body and you're cold and you're standing there waiting to dry without actually rubbing a towel on your skin, because then you're just going to rub the product on your towel. What is this? What the fuck is this? Has anybody else felt like they've tried this and thought this was successful? Did you use it a different way from me? Am I doing it wrong? I don't know. I just thought, this is crazy. Like, I don't want this. I want something, if you're going to get an In Shower moisturiser, get the Nivea one. You can rinse it off, but you still feel nice and moisturised. But this is just fucking weird and I wouldn't pick it up. I actually think I got that as part of a latest in beauty box, so it was like, I gave it a try without actually having to buy it. Alright, next up is a shampoo. This is the Beauty By. It is Super Healthy Hair Detox Shampoo. I did speak about this at the time. I think it was in a monthly roundup once. It's okay, I forgot to put this into my Beauty Pie kind of overview video actually, and this is a 160ml bottle. For the price of it, would I go out of my way to purchase this again? No, but it was nice to be able to try it and I did quite like it. It's purifying charcoal and apple cider vinegar, and I do have greasy hair. It's funny how I have greasy hair but actually I have dry skin. I don't know how that works, but I thought this was really good for somebody who's got overly greasy hair. I found this was nice, kind of detoxifying but not stripping shampoo. I did enjoy this, but I don't know if I'd pick it up again. I just find it easier to go into my supermarket or Boots or Superdrug or somewhere where I'm maybe going to get points on my shampoo and there'll be offers on as well and things like that, and I don't know, it's just not something I would go for in Beauty Pie, but it was nice to be able to try it. It's just probably, I wouldn't buy it and be like, oh, this is like mind changing and I need to buy it over and over again. If you haven't seen my Beauty Pie video, it is up here. Yeah, I'm still on the fence about Beauty Pie. I know this is an Empties and I'm kind of tangent, but I feel like I am going to keep with them just now. I will leave it to January. I'll see how I feel in January and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to give them up or not, because there are so many good products from them. I just hate the fucking membership system, that's all. Quite a lot of people as well had commented on that video saying like there was things like they really don't like the Plantastic cleansing butter, which I love, I absolutely adore. And to each their own, like we all love completely different things. Somebody else said, I think maybe even the same person had mentioned the PHA like serum type thing, and somebody else had mentioned that they'd actually got that candle that I said I didn't, well, I didn't not like the scent, but I thought the candle itself wasn't worth the money, and they quite liked some of the fragrances of the candle. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, you know, it's all shit, don't bother. And I hope that my video came across kind of icky peaky that way. I feel like, you know, I don't want people to think I didn't like it, because I do actually like lots of their products. I just, personally, after doing it for so long, I'm like, is it worth it? That was my point, and I would rather like be able to just pick them up individually. Anyway, tangent, but the video is up here if you want to go and watch it. And speaking of the candle, actually, this is the candle here. So I want to show you, and there's an old match in it now, so don't judge me. I want to show you what happened. So the burn was going okay, the burn was going quite well, but as you can see, this side just stopped burning. It wouldn't burn anymore, and this side burned away all the way down to the bottom. So there's a good like that much left of that candle that I just can't get to burn. It was like the wick disappeared in it almost. It just stopped working. The scent I really like. It smells like a nice like fireplace, like a fireplace that's going and just burning embers. The smell is lovely, but again, for the size, I just feel like I can go to TK Maxx. This was £17 or something like that, between 17 and £20, and I could go to TK Maxx and pick up a candle that's maybe twice the size of this, burns maybe a little better, and still has the good fragrance throw and could smell like burning embers or tobacco or that kind of nice woodsy smell. So it's very nice, but I just don't think the candles are worth it. Alright, the last fragrance item is this one from Dolce & Gabbana. This is the L'Imperatrice, I can never say it. This is very sweet smelling, and speaking of fragrances that I rarely go for, this is very sweet. This is like a mixture of, this just smells like summertime to me. This is their eau de toilette, I'm sure, because it is much cheaper than a perfume. This is number 3. I remember when these originally came out, these had Naomi Campbell, Claudia Schiffer, who else did they have? There was big supermodels involved in the branding on this. There was a couple of male supermodels as well, but who really ever remembers male supermodels? Let's be honest. This, I remember when this came out, this must came out when I was like anywhere between 17 and 20. I remember these perfumes coming out, and they used to have lots of different numbers, but I very rarely see any of the other numbers now apart from number 3. So number 3 must still get bought quite a lot by people. Just people in general. So this is one that I generally would pick up when I'm going through duty free or something like that, because it's much easier to pick it up in duty free, and it is cheaper, and it is already a cheap fragrance. It is an eau de toilette, so it doesn't sit on the skin for too long, but in the summertime I love this for just like a nice fresh summery, almost apple fruity of a red berry scent than an apple scent. It's very nice, but it's not one like I put on my Santa list. It's just when I see it, I always pick it up because it gives me a bit of nostalgia, and I do actually really like it for the summer. And finally, for body shower stuff, is a big old tub of CeraVe. I've used this all up. I have bought another one, you already know that, and I am currently using the salicylic acid version at the moment. We will update you on that in the roundup at the end of the month, but so far this is, I love this. This is great. I will keep buying this. Alright, so we're going to move on to skincare and cosmetics now, actually. Let's start off with one that you all know how I feel about. This is the Beauty Pie Face Mist. This is the one that smells like Oddfellows or something. No, is it Oddfellows? Mosquito spray. Oddfellows and mosquito spray. I'm not going to get too in depth about that. I do have a whole video all about the Beauty Pie hydration set. If you want to go and see it, it'll be up here. I then have 3 products from the Inkey List. So I have their Niacinamide, their hyaluronic acid, and their Ceramide night treatment. The Niacinamide I've really been enjoying. I have went and repurchased. The hyaluronic acid I have not repurchased. I've just continued to use my ordinary hyaluronic acid. I think this one and the ordinary are very much of a muchness. I don't see too much in it, to be honest with you. So I already had a kind of backup of the ordinary anyway. So I started using that when this ran out. Tell a lie, I started using the ordinary one after the Beauty Bay one ran out. So for this reason, I'm not going to re-pick up the Inkey List, but I would feel they are interchangeable. If I couldn't get my hands on the ordinary one, I would absolutely pick up this one, and vice versa. I think they're very much of muchness. But the Niacinamide, this is nicer than the ordinary one. As I said, I did already buy backups of the ordinary ones because they now do them in big 60ml bottles, like really big ones, and I purchased them over the summer. I will use all of them up before I need to like repurchase again, but the Niacinamide is so nice that I have since purchased that again. I'm sure it was in my Watch New, and I am using that at the moment. The Ceramide treatment I did really like. I kind of haven't picked it up again. Reason being, I have to ask myself honestly, what did it add into my skincare routine that I didn't have before? Probably not very much, but I did like this. I liked the fact that it was like almost a sealant over the top of any serums I was putting on at night. So I'm not going to pick it up at the moment, but I did really like this. I thought it was a nice product. I like the fact that it's like ceramides, and I know there's not a lot of research to show what happens with ceramides, and it's a little bit airy-fairy, but I like the theory behind it, and in essence what they are supposed to be doing. They are the building blocks, the glue together in your brickwork almost, and I quite like that. So I do like this, and I would say give it a try. I'm just not picking it up at the moment because I don't need it. And speaking of the ordinary, we have two ordinary empties here, and this one is the glycolic acid 7%. This is huge and has lasted me such a long time. This is basically the same as the Pixie Glow Tonic or the Lacura Glow Tonic, or I want to say Soap and Glory have just brought out. Like, everybody has a version of a glycolic toner now, don't they? It's like everybody's got one. The same way at one point everybody had a hyaluronic acid. Everybody's got a glycolic toner now. I particularly like this. I think this is value for money, the amount you get in it for the price it is, and it lasts a very long time. I do not use it every single day. Some days, you know, I'll go 2-3 days in a row using it, and then I can go a week without using it at all. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. If you are wondering about skincare at all and you're new around here, I do have a whole playlist to do with skincare if you fancy watching it. So I do like this. I think it's really nice, and I would pick it up again. At the moment I am back to using the Pixie Glow Tonic, and that is only because I got it in a giveaway over on Instagram. I won one. Grammatically, I'm sure that must be wrong, but I did. I won a bottle of the Pixie Glow Tonic in a giveaway on Instagram, so that is what I'm using at the moment. But I would pick this up again, most definitely. The lactic acid, again, really enjoy, would absolutely pick up again, and would highly recommend. And this one is particularly nice, and it also has hyaluronic acid, and I do like it. I then have two from Boots. This one is Boots Ingredient, and this one is Boots, like, their Glow range. I'm sure I've spoke about this plenty as well. This is their brightening mist. It's fine, it's alright. I won't pick it up again. Again, something very highly scented, and just so happens I don't like the scent. It smells like the little sweeties you used to get, the necklace sweeties on like beads, and you would eat them. It smelled like that. Yeah, it was fine, but I don't think I'll look into anything more from this range. It's not really for me, and what I tried of it was okay. I'm not that into it, so that's it. This is from Boots The Ingredients. I've tried a few things from this range now, and this is the Caffeine Eye Serum. Or I should say Caffeine Eye Cream, it's not a serum. I was hoping this would be a bit of a dupe for the Inkey List Caffeine Eye Serum. It's not at all. It's not. I've looked at it ingredients wise, and I've looked at it kind of texture wise, and how it performs and what I liked about it. It's nothing like the Inkey List. I think they make it look, you know, oh, we're kind of simplifying stuff and we're a little bit like the Ordinary or the Inkey List. But it's not. It's nothing like it. I prefer the Inkey List one, and I have repurchased the Inkey List Caffeine. I think the Inkey List. Oh, I'm talking too fast now. I'm getting tired of myself. I'm talking too fast. My words are tripping up. So it's not the same. I prefer that one, and I have picked that one up again. I wouldn't bother with this one. I would say go for the Inkey one instead. I then have this from Aven. This is their Low Thermal. This is basically spring water in a can. I do really like this. It's probably one of the most recommended things I have on my channel. I enjoy it. It's something I like to spray on my face before I start my skincare. I find that it helps if you're putting on a hyaluronic acid as well. It gives something that hyaluronic acid to grab onto. And yeah, it's just a step in my skincare that I really enjoy, so yeah, love it. This is number 7's Instant Results Nourishing Hydration Mask for dry, very dry skin. Now there is a little bit left in this, you will see here. This is the second one of these I've bought. I really like this. This is like a mask. Sometimes I will put this on at night as a sleep mask. Sometimes when I come in from night shift, I'll put it on before I go to sleep in the morning, and then I wake up and I feel really refreshed. Sometimes I'll just put it on when I'm kicking about the house. You can put this on and then it soaks into your skin. It's like a dual one, like, remember the Stila stuff that was like a primer, a foundation, and like a colour corrector? Like, you know the kind I'm on about. I'll stick a picture here because you can't really see it because it's nearly empty. It's got that dual thing, so it's got like a gel and a cream hydrator in it. So you put it all over your face, and I find the gel soaks in much quicker than the cream, so you have to make sure that you mix it up in your hands before you do it. I have a video all about these face masks, and actually if you go onto my channel you will see that my most watched videos are either something to do with me dyeing my hair or face mask battles. Weirdly, face mask battles, people love it. So this basically I think is wonderful. I have picked this up twice now over the last couple of years. It lasts for 24 months, so it's got a 2-year lifespan. So I love this, it's great, fantastic, highly recommend it, it's one of my favourites. I then have this tiny little sample pot from Algenist. This is their Genius Sleeping Collagen. This, as you can see, has a tiny little bit left in it, but it dried out, so it's actually more like a thick, look, it's went a bit funny, can you see that on the end of my finger? It's a bit more like a waxy lip balm now, and obviously that wasn't the texture of it when I got it as a sample. I got this as a sample in Space NK. Algenist are a very expensive brand, but I'm going to tell you something. See this range, see the range that's like this minty green colour? They've got loads of it in TK Maxx at the moment. I'm speaking a lot about TK Maxx, but they have loads of it in TK Maxx at the moment. So if you like this, if this is something that's right up your street, or you want to try Algenist but you cannot afford the high price tags on them, go to TK Maxx, because in the UK at the moment I have seen loads of this stuff kicking about at TK Maxx's. I did almost pick some of it up actually, and then I thought, don't be ridiculous, Alana, like you do not need any more skincare, but if you're into it, it is there at the moment. So this itself though, I should probably fucking tell you about this. This itself, it was very nice. It is just a little kind of sleeping cream, night cream type thing. I couldn't tell you what the claims are on it because obviously the size of the pot and stuff, it's really just got a little bit of like direction on how to use it. It has no ingredients on it whatsoever, so I can't tell you anything about it. But I did like it. I thought it was nice, and it did make me think, oh, Algenist. Oh, yeah, a bushy bitch, and I quite like you. And I would like to try more of your stuff in the future. So yeah, I liked it, but I can't give you a whole round kind of idea of it, even though I've kind of used up this little pot. Okay, 2 things from Kiehl's now. This is the Kiehl's Herbal Infused Micellar Water. It's a micellar water, what can I tell you about it? It's nothing fancy. I can't remember how or when I got this, I really can't. So it's okay, it's alright. For the full price of it, would I buy it? No, I would just buy the Garnier one. Just buy any old micellar water, they're gonna do the same thing. I wouldn't shell out for Kiehl's. No offence, Kiehl's. The Kiehl's Glow formula, however, I would absolutely shell out for again. I don't think there's any ingredients in this that make it any particularly amazing skin active ingredients, but I really like it. I have bought 2 of these now, I want to say over the last 18 months or so, 2 years maybe. You know when you get to my age and the years just run away from you and you think, Jesus, how long ago was that? I've been using it for a while and this is the second one I've bought, and I would buy it again. It is expensive for what it is, and you probably can get alternatives. What I'm going to say is the one from Beauty Pie that I'm using at the moment, the all-in-one illuminator or whatever it is, that is like Laura Mercier primer. Not like this, they are slightly different, but it's a nice close second and it does a similar thing. This is something I would wear on its own going to work all the time. I love it. I think it's so nice, especially in the summer as well. Lovely. So I would absolutely recommend and pick this up again. And finally, well, no tell a lie, I've got 2 more cosmetics after this, don't worry. You're nearly done. From Glossier, I have 4 products. So first of all, Balm.com. This is the original one. This is a favourite of mine. I adore it. I think it's so nice. But I really like this. The original is my favourite, and it's a great balm. It is expensive. I wish they would just bring it round down to about the £6 mark, or maybe the £8 mark even. I think £10 for it is a little overpriced, but I do really like it, annoyingly. So yeah, I would buy it again. I then have the Glossier Lash Slick. Really like this. I know it isn't for everybody. I know that a lot of people will be like, it's like there's nothing on my lashes, like what's it doing? But for work, This is my ideal type of mascara. It's kind of like one of those tubing mascaras. It's very easily taken off as well. It's not too pow, but it's still lifting my lashes and being like fluttery and nice. But I get that people will be like, what is this? This isn't giving me any volume, it's not doing, but this is exactly what I would like to wear to work. It's right up my street for that reason, and therefore I would absolutely purchase it again. I would prefer it if I could get something that's a little bit, I mean, it's not hugely overpriced, but I would prefer it if I could get this more readily available in a shop somewhere, or at least get Boots points on it or something like that. But if I was doing an order from Glossier, let's say for boy brow or a Balm.com, if I was going to get a few bits and pieces, then this would be one that I would pop into my basket as well. And two other items that I would also pop into my basket again from Glossier. This is Glossier Bubble Wrap, that is their eye cream, and this is Glossier Future Dew, which is very similar to that of the Kiehl's Glow formula. It does a similar thing. It's kind of like an oil skincare priming hybrid. It's got a little bit of luminosity to it, but this one is a little bit more of a pink tinge, I would say. Again, kind of similar to that illuminating primer that I'm using from Beauty Pie at the moment, but I prefer the texture of this, the actual skincare side of this. Not that it's got anything in it active or, you know, but the feeling on my skin, I really enjoy this. I think Future Dew is a lovely, lovely product. But equally, I won't die if I don't have it. It's one of these things with Glossier. I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Glossier. I really like them. I like a lot of their products, but I don't feel I have to, you know, once I've run out of something, I need to go and get it again. I can hold off until it's times like a Christmas or a birthday, or I'm needing to make a larger order, and then I'll be like, okay, give me that. The Bubble Wrap eye cream, again, eye cream, it's dubious whether or not they work. Is it worth your money? What I'm gonna say is though, this isn't one that I would like say I would absolutely put this in my basket again. I probably would, and if I was gifted it, I would love it. It was really good. I love the packaging. I love that it's a little pump. It lasted a really, really long time, and I did really enjoy it. So I would like to receive it again or pick it up again. Again though, it's just one that I'm not gonna like rush to go and get. But I did really enjoy this. It's really, really nice. And I think overall, ingredients wise, it's actually a really nice emollient. It's a really nice moisturiser. It's just whether or not people think paying the amount it costs for 22 mils, when if they just made it into a moisturiser, or if you bought the moisturiser Riche, like, are these the same? I don't know. It's personal preference, but I really like this. And finally, as I said, told you, nearly done. This is a roller lash from Benefit. This has been kicking about in my basket for Christ knows how long, because I have not used roller lash in a really, really long time, since like the start of the year. So it's just a roller lash. This would have been my holy grail at one point. This would have been my only ever mascara I would have used, because it's really quite good actually. It's probably one of my favourites still, but now I find I can pick ones up that are either a little better or a little less expensive for what they do. Does that make sense? So that's the only reason why I haven't picked it up again, but I do really like roller lash. I think it's a really nice mascara. And finally is my Burt's Bees All Aglow stick. As you can see, it's totally used up now, so I have bought a new one, so I already have a backup of this, which in itself should tell you that I fucking love it. It's one of my favourites. It's certainly something that I've used all throughout summer. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I now have the Niacinamide Duet Balm, and that kind of does a similar thing, but this obviously has the pigment in it too, as well as, and you know something, I could have scooped that out and probably used that up as well, but I just thought it was time to treat myself to a new one. I've went through this pretty quickly. Quickly for me, for someone who doesn't wear makeup every single day. And that is it. I told you it was going to be a long one. Did you expect anything else? That is why I thought I'm not doing this on Instagram. I might just cry if I tried to squeeze it into a 15-minute video. So all of that is now out of my basket. It's nice and empty to start filling up with some new stuff. And I will try and keep on top of the empties on IGTV in the future. But if you're new around here and you didn't know that I'd done that, as I say, Instagram's down below, all that kind of stuff. Go and follow me over there as well. And if you like this video, give it a little thumbs up, a little subscription button down here somewhere. If you fancy it, you don't have to, that's all right. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye!